Hello, everyone. This is High Priestess Jamila. Hello, how are y'all doing? So I wanted to come and speak a little bit, and I'm actually done for the day. I've done all of my readings for the day. Um, yeah, I'm pretty much done for the day because I did a 2 hour session and I'm tired now. I'm ready to relax for the rest of the night. Um, Here's what I want to talk about. I wanted to come and speak to y'all about what to do if you feel as though you can't afford my spiritual services. Now, first of all, I want you all to understand some things that are going on this website. First of all, none of us spiritualists on here are competing against each other. There's no competition. If you see a spiritualist running behind another spiritualist, if you see another spiritualist harassing another spiritualist, stalking another spiritualist, um, looking at, everything that spiritualist does, they're looking because they want to either get information and replicate them, and they want to do what they do and then undercut them so that they can, I would question that spiritualist that's doing that, because what kind of, do they really have any, or are they really, really in their lane? Should they honestly be doing this line of work? If every single day, if they're creating groups to talk bad about other spiritualists, there was actually a website that has been since taken down. And I guess the lady is, I guess they were filing charges against this lady named Hope. I think it was. Her name was Hope. And she was running this website that was supposed to be doing reviews on other spiritualists. Um, and evidently, there was only certain spiritualists that they would big up on this website, and they would direct clients towards only a select few who I guess were in on this. At any rate, the website got taken down. Shout out to whoever, because I didn't even know anything about it. Honestly, it never crossed my mind to even look at it, because here's the reason why. Um, you can visit my website, D Little. Ever since I would say, since I was a little kid, I've been communicating with the dead, and it was obvious that I was an empath, just based upon it was obvious that I was an empath. And as I got older, because I was actually in the workforce, thank you, D Little. I was in the workforce for well over 20 years, mainly doing office and customer service work. I worked in property management. Um, I worked in property management for a long time, and I was a seasonal data transcriber for the Internal Revenue Service. I started that job with the IRS when I was 17. So I've been in the workforce up until 10 years ago. Um, Actually, probably about 12 or 15 years ago was when I started working from home. And, on these jobs, I would always have problems. And I would wonder where it came from. And it's probably some of the same issues that a lot of you guys have on jobs. The difference was because even when I began to work from home, I still was not really satisfied, with the way that I was treated by management. Um, and so for me, which it could be different for some of you, um, part of the reason why I had those issues is because it was always meant for me to do what I'm doing today. And I realized that. Of course there would be certain things that would happen, certain things that I would notice, people would hate on my jobs because I always got very good jobs. I don't have a college degree. So, I wasn't like, when I worked in property management, I actually used to be a licensed realtor as well. So, at any rate, all signs was me pointing to doing this. Everything happens for a reason. That's not necessarily the case for all of y'all, because some of y'all, you know, I personally feel, I'm gonna tell y'all the truth about it. I personally feel that being a spiritualist is not that difficult. I think that there can be those difficult moments, but I think that all of the hoopla and the negativity and the toxicity that is on YouTube is mainly the issue. So I am working really, really hard and diligently to get my local shop. Once I do that, I will be back to getting up in the morning and driving to work and working at an actual brick and mortar store that I own, but that probably won't be for another year or so. But I really want to do that because, I think it'll lessen the time, because I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. The toxic energy that is on YouTube is astronomical. It is. It's terrible. It really is. And so, anyway, the whole point that I'm making is that, I feel like personally, we all have a spiritual team, and my spiritual team is who aligns me with my clients. And so that's why I am able to come on YouTube and I can look at all of the amazing witches and readers on here, and I can enjoy their content without feeling some type of way. Um, one of my favorite spiritualists had, like a lot of them have so many blessings in their lives, and I'm happy for them, genuinely happy. And so I couldn't imagine being that way because it's silly anyway. It's silly. So I don't go there. You know, Now there's been rumors that I am this and I am that because of my prices. My prices are extremely reasonable. I mean, if you're gonna compare that to, spiritualists can charge whatever they want, doesn't mean that they are. I think that when they don't charge enough, I think that that is a sign of something. Something ain't right with that when they don't charge enough. Okay, that's just like, I'm not gonna do a cleanse on you for $100. I'm just not gonna do it. You know why? Because the money is the sacrifice. We all know that. And I think that it can be dangerous to do spiritual work for people like that, especially when it comes to what all of us authentic spiritualists know about money and sacrifice and blood. So I would be irresponsible as a spiritualist to not charge you enough for the work that I'm doing for you. I would be irresponsible. For example, if you're in a group ritual with me and and I barely have enough to have the supplies and to feed the spirits, it can't work that way. Okay. So my suggestion, okay, and I'm gonna go over my prices with y'all. My pricing has not changed. It's actually been the same for the past 6 years. When I first started out as a spiritualist, I think I charged 200 or 250 for cleanses. That would no, actually no. I charged 300. My prices have not changed and they are not too high. They're not. They are actually very reasonable. My cleanses by themselves are 360. My curse reversals are 600. Now, if you get into the bloodline curses, that is a situation to where we are going to be working very closely together for at least 2 to 3 months. So it's a lot of work into doing that. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of follow-up. There are necromancers out there that are assisting with stealing people's spiritual energy and souls. So there is a ritual that I offer that is 3,000. I'm not going to do, okay, let me just tell you something. Some of y'all, there's a ritual on my website right now it's called Reunite Me with My Soulmate. What that ritual is for, and see, this is why people don't just go to if you're buying a reading, that's different. Okay, but people just don't go to my website and just buy rituals. You ain't supposed to do that anyway. Okay, even if you do that, I'm in reverse. I'm going to ask you to buy a consultation so that we can do the consultation. And if that particular ritual was not for you, then I'll refund you. That's the only time I refund is if you purchase the wrong ritual and we haven't had a consultation. That ritual is $3,000. You know why? Because that ritual is set up for soul retrievals. This is a ritual that I do that can take up to a couple of months to complete, to where I am literally pulling a person's self back into their body. Not only that, you're asking me to reunite you with that person. So then there's work with that too. More than likely, if your soulmate, which to me, a soulmate and a twin flame are very similar. If you are being reunited with a twin soul or a soulmate that has been snatched and pulled away from you and gone and zombified, and maybe they have spirits in them. Okay. If that happens, that means that this could possibly be happening to you as well. So this is the reason why. And see, when you contact me, your memory of that person is what is there. Okay, that's who I'm talking to, is the memory of self. So this stuff it's very deep and it can be very dangerous. And I have to be covered. So that's why that ritual is it's $3,000. When you look at somebody that you love, how much is that person worth to you? Now, if it's a certain situation and it's meant for you not to be with that person, I am not going to do that ritual for you. Every single one of my clients that come to me, I can see them before they come to me. I offer fertility services. My fertility services they range from 300 to 1,500. And it depends on what you're getting. My clients, they don't complain about how much they pay because they know that they're getting the best. Well, I don't mean to undermine any other spiritualists on here. They know that they're getting some of the best work. And then not only that, I spend a lot of time with my clients, coaching them, counseling them, my tarot classes. Okay. I've seen people offer tarot classes for $300 or $400. Mine are different because they are structured. They are 15 hours. So everybody is different. I feel that if you want to enjoy my content and then go to another spiritualist, that's fine with me. I appreciate your view and your thumbs up. But my clients that are aligned with me, they know why they're paying what they're paying and they don't feel that way. I think that there are some people that want to undercut me and they want to convince you or persuade you to think that I'm charging too much so that they can cut the price $50 to $100 and try to steal from people. There is no such thing. We've been through this cycle before. You can try to emulate what I'm doing. You can try to undercut me, but guess what? Those people are going to come to me anyway. And I'm not going to get into what I've discussed with my clients. I'm not, because you know what? It is really, really bad with people out here. Very, very egotistical. I am not egotistical. I only see when I first started my company, if y'all look at my older videos, thousands and thousands upon thousands of views on those videos. Back then, I did more readings. Like I would be doing readings for 6, 7 hours per day. Now, what I do is a lot of rituals. So I do less readings and I do more spiritual coaching classes and I do spiritual work for people. So it evens itself out. So I don't want to say that it's changed, but when I first started out, it was all about the readings. But, at the same time, I was still offering rituals and spells and cleanses, even back then. Okay. So if you feel that I charge too much, you're more than welcome to go somewhere else because I'm not going to lower my prices. That's one thing that I've been very consistent about is that I refuse to lower my prices. I can't do it. I can't do it. Thank you, Jen. Thank you, sweetie. Yeah, I can't do it. I can't lower myself because of and I'm gonna warn y'all against that. Seriously. Okay, yeah, cool. Thank you, D Little. I got your order. I'm gonna follow up with you as soon as I'm done here, okay? I have all sorts of options. I feel like if you can't afford like a specific ritual, then just start with a cleanse. Because cleanses, they do a lot. Okay. And I do work with people that are going through past life regressions. And see, that's something that is really, really, um, it's very real. So the cleanses are like more than what people think that they are. Okay. So for me, it's not about competing with somebody or saying, I have more than you. Listen, if I was going to do that, I'd be in real estate still. If I was going to do that, I'd just go and be in real estate, which I could. I could absolutely go and become a real estate agent. Would I want to do that? No. I enjoy what I do because, this is what was meant for me to do, you know? And I think that if you choose to go somewhere else, I think that you should be mindful of a person that is just blatantly, I mean, literally, after you've been in this business for several years and you're still running up behind another spiritualist. Come on now. Come now. You still running up behind another spiritualist and you supposedly been doing this for several years? The same spiritualist? Now, I'm not in competition with anybody on here for any reason. And so, it's obviously quality work. I've been harassed and stalked. I've been accused of being a fraud. But if I was a fraud, I wouldn't have several years in this business under my belt. And I think people need to be careful out there. Okay. Because, I have ran my company. We were established in 2015. And I don't run up behind other spiritualists trying to figure out what they're doing. I have no interest in those other spiritualists, but they have interest in me for some reason. Obsessions. And I don't think this is, I mean, I can't even imagine that must be some kind of demonic possession or something. I don't get it. I don't get it. Yeah. So I feel that, you can buy spells on Etsy for $20. I wouldn't suggest doing it. I wouldn't suggest doing that, but so that's out there. But for me, I am already aligned with my clients. So that's why I'm not pressed. I'm not upset. I've spent years and years dealing with this, years and years. And I just wanted to come on here and talk about that because, it's really perplexing and annoying at the same time. You know, if you are another spiritualist and you can't give another spiritualist a professional courtesy without harassing them about their personal life, trying to prove this or prove that, full-fledged smear campaigns against me that made no difference. I like that ought to let you know right there. All of the smear campaigns, the lies, the craziness. At first, I didn't even take it seriously. I still don't. If it were meant for those people to bring me down, they would have done it by now. Right. Right, exactly. Exactly. I mean, it's been all kinds of stuff. And so, I'm not gonna stop doing what I'm doing. You got people on here counting your money. That's just like the ritual that I'm offering, the group cleansing for 250. People counting your money. Something is wrong there because I don't count nobody else's money. And so, if it's too expensive for you, then you're more than welcome to go somewhere else, and don't feel bad if you feel like you can't afford the work. Now, keep in mind the readings are just as powerful. Information is golden. I've been speaking to people that I've spoken to for the past year or 2 years, and they are just now able to afford what they want to get, but they've been getting readings from me every once in a while. So I have my own personal relationships with my clients, and I don't worry about nobody else. I don't worry about what somebody else is doing. I think that proves within itself that a person is genuine. And it's been constant every day. When I wake up in the morning, what motivates me is my children, my loved ones in my life, my clients. That's what motivates me. I don't wake up in the morning trying to attack people the first thing that I wake up in the morning. I mean, that's a sign of spiritual possession. So, anyway, I just wanted to come and talk to y'all about that real quick. Like I said, I'm going to go, but my cleanses are $360. You can go and look at my website. That's how much they cost. It's well worth it. Um, I have people that purchase rituals as a package deal, a combo deal. And so the cleanses are typically the most popular. I spoke about earlier this morning about cleanses being done properly, is what I was talking about. And everything that I talk about, certain people think that it's a personal dig at them. I personally feel that everybody shouldn't be doing cleanses. I feel like a lot of people on here don't know what they're doing. Do I come on here and trip out about it? No, I don't have time for it. Yeah, yeah. I feel that there are some people that are trying to emulate me and others, trying to pretend as though they know how to do a cleanse for somebody. And either I don't know if they're falling under some kind of spiritual possession of what is going on. Like, what's going on? If you notice, there's a lot of spiritualists that don't even offer cleanses. It's because it's not in their expertise to do that. I'm not saying that you have to be some special person and you have the finger of God inside of you. You know what I'm saying? But I do think that you have to be the type of person that is willing to sacrifice self. Because I've done thousands of them for clients. I can promise you, I have done thousands of cleanses throughout the years, and they've it's gotten easier and easier. And as I got gained more experience at it, it got easier. But there used to be a time where those spirits would attack, especially those real negative ones. And I was scared. You know what I'm saying? These days I'm not, but I think that it can be dangerous. You know what I'm saying? So be careful with that. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody say, "Oh, well, I'm gonna do a spiritual cleanse for you for $150." I would be a little concerned about that. Oh, you're gonna feel it amazing. They feel amazing. Cleanses are amazing. Very nice. I had done one for myself because I had done one for a client of mine, but I had done one for myself shortly before the Lionsgate portals on the 8th of August. But I ended up having to do more cleansing on myself after Lionsgate. I was like, wow, I need another cleanse because it was some crazy stuff going on during that. But yeah, you feel amazing. What it does, Jen, is a lot of those. Well, it definitely banishes entity attachments that may be attached to your body, parasitic attachments, paranormal attachments. Um, the cleanses also, it clears your aura. Um, I also create the shield and I repair the chakras. So I repair them at the same time, which is heal them and shield you, as well as clear them out of all of that stuff that is pretty much foreign objects in the body. And so what it does is it unblocks the chakras. And so some people, they'll say, I feel like my stomach feels lighter or my chest feels lighter. You're not going to feel different. You're just going to feel good. You'll still be yourself. It's not like it's going to take you. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people try to make it seem like you couldn't trust the cleanses, and I think that that has a lot to do with, that lower level demonic stuff, to where, people were trying to get people to not trust it. But as you can see, I mean, look at the results if you don't get a proper cleanse. There's people out here acting real, real crazy, real crazy. So you're still you. It's not like it, but it does, it eliminates toxic energy, but not your, like, because mainly at the root chakra is where your ancestors, is where a lot of your, let's say, like, warrior spirits is at, those spirits that protect you. So it's not like you're going to walk around unprotected and, talking about, oh, love and light. You're still going to be you. You still going to have that fire inside of you, but you're going to feel better. And some people have reported weight loss from the cleanses. If they've wanted to lose weight, people come to me and say, I'm kind of overweight. I like to lose weight, and I always suggest a cleanse for them, because weight is caused by excess spiritual baggage. It makes you feel like you have, especially if you follow the instructions, it just really makes you feel really yummy. It just makes you feel really good, and it makes you feel lighter. You have more energy. That's pretty much what it is. I used to, years ago, when I had my other website, um, I think I called it my Serenity, Peace, Tranquility Cleanse or whatever. But they're really good. So I would highly suggest them. And you do have to be, like, for me, I always cleanse myself before and after I do a cleanse for a client. And I'm never just in negative energy all the time. Sure, I have to deal with negative people. And I've actually had people trying to play games, you know, that narcissistic energy, where narcissists create negativity and then expect for you to be judged by it because you're defending yourself. So yeah, but people try to act like as if they wasn't just, doing certain stuff. So for me, I am no longer responding to stuff like that. I just want to say that, you know what I'm saying? I'm not responding to anything like that. Like, if you break the law, you know what I'm saying? I'm a spiritualist, I'm a witch, but I'm not above the law. So if you commit a crime against me, I may go to the law. That's all I said. But other than that, I'm not tied up in no beef with nobody. That ain't even how I work. That's not even how I manifest. I don't even manifest that way, because I'm already vetted. I'm already, I don't have to argue with nobody and say, oh, you need to come to me and not to her. And the man, I'd rather just say, Lord, just please go over there to her. Just go over there to her, then go. Because because my child was being threatened, because people, I guess, I don't know what the deal was, but all I know is that I am aligned with all of my clients already, and I don't do this for the money. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you can do that, Jen. You just need to get a consultation with me, sweetie. Okay. Just go for the gusto, Jen. Take the plunge. Sometimes when you get into it, and it will improve your life, it will. But when you get into it, it'll feel like you went down a water slide, and you know when you reach the bottom and you hit that water and it's just like, ooh, you know? Yeah, it's a possibility. It's a possibility. You know, right now we're in a day and age where just about everybody is attacking. And like all of the consultations that I do, you can see several different people doing something to the person. Like they got several different issues going on at once. And so what we have to do is we have to prioritize what is the biggest issue and work our way down. Okay. So, and you know, I showed my son on my live that I did, which I never do. I just wanted to show people that people lie. You know, otherwise, I don't put my family and my loved ones on YouTube because of that, because it just seems like people don't have any ethics, you know, and I'm not with any covens. If I have a coven, I will announce it to y'all. I will introduce y'all to my coven members. I don't have a coven. I have Hecate and Aradia and different goddesses that I work with. And there are some spirituals that will say, well, you ain't supposed to be working with all those goddesses like that. And that's not true. If you're doing work for other people, pretty much comes along with the job. The goddesses are really sweet and very gentle. They are some of the most kindest people or kindest spirits. But yeah, for some of you guys, I have to work with the Nyx. For some of you guys, I work with Oya. Depends on who comes to me about your situation. And if you don't agree with a spiritualist, I mean, if you don't agree, what's the point in debating it? It may not be the same for you. You know what I'm saying? You know, and so I don't know. My experience is very different. Um, one of my favorite spiritualists is already putting out Halloween stuff, and I'm excited. That's why I watch other spiritualists. I don't watch other spiritualists to compete against them. In fact, a lot of the witchy channels that I watch, they don't even offer to do work for people. They just like to talk about witchcraft and show spells. So, you know, and that's what I'm into. So make sure that if y'all are new to the channel, y'all subscribe. Um, you know, I that's what I do. I do my work. I spend time with my family. I spend time with my loved ones. I come on here. I do my haul videos. I do spells every once in a while. I haven't done a well, I actually did. I just showed y'all my spell bottle that I did. Okay. It was just yesterday. And it's already working, I can see. Yeah, well, I swear I wish I could put, you know, my children on here. I have great children, beautiful children. I wish I could put my life on here, but I'm not because of people attacking them, you know, and I just, you know, I'm not gonna do it, you know, and of course I love my family. It's just that my spirits have assured me, you know, everything's okay. I'm not concerned about anything bad happening to my children or my loved ones. I know that for a fact. So, you know. And it was one other thing I was gonna say. A new thing that I am adding is that I am a Amazon associate now. And I've been meaning to come and talk about some really good Amazon finds, witchy stuff. And I'll be putting the associate links in there in case somebody wants to purchase them and they can just follow that link and purchase the item. So that is something new that I'm going to be doing. But then also I am a supplier. If you need supplies, I can drop ship you some supplies because my supplier is Azure Green, and they are an amazing company. So, I'm not here for all of that. And I think that it's not a good business practice. I mean, if you are comparing yourself to other spiritualists and caught up in some kind of beef, I think that that is the number one way of failure. You're going to keep failing if you do that. And I don't want to do that. I can't, because it's too important to me. And I was talking about this. I think was it on the 8th? Yeah, I think it was when the Lionsgate portal was opening. It doesn't matter, next week, heck, I could win 36 million in the Powerball. I don't care if I got $36 million in the bank, I'm still going to be doing spiritual work. I can I can promise y'all that, because the work itself is going to need to be done anyway. So when it is your time to come into this, because I couldn't imagine doing work for other people in my late 20s. I didn't start doing work for people until I was like 36 or 37 years old. So I think that when I was in my late 20s, I had 3 little children. They were all still under the age of 18. But it wasn't just that, I fully support women with children doing spiritual work. Absolutely. Um, but I think that I wasn't mature enough. My mind was not mature enough back then, as it wasn't mature enough to be in a relationship. I was a great mom, always have been, but but that was back then. That was 15 years ago, so thank you. Yeah. Yeah, they are my world. They are. I will protect them to the end, to the moon and back. Yeah, definitely. So anyway, I am gonna go, you guys. I feel like if I don't feel that anybody actually feels as though my rituals are too expensive, unless you're talking to another spiritualist about me. I, that would probably mean that either it's not meant for you to be a client of mine. My clients don't feel that my rituals are too expensive. They don't. And they're not, you know, I'm not going to, like, if y'all only knew what was required to do the soul retrieval rituals, and they work, you know, it's worth the money. That's just like when if you have a family member, or if you have somebody that you really care about that's going through something, and I'm supposed to spend my time every day, sometimes up to several hours per day of my time, and I'm supposed to charge you $500. Like, let's say somebody actually lost their soul, because let me tell y'all the scary part about it. I ain't trying to scare you, but you don't have to sell your soul to lose your soul. Your soul can be snatched. So if I'm going to be doing those negotiations and doing all of that work to pull somebody back and to exercise them, that's going to cost you. And if you feel like $1,500, $1,600, if you feel like that's too expensive, I couldn't imagine going to somebody and them telling me, hey, I can bring your soul back for $500. I wouldn't trust it. But it's only because I understand the spiritual business. If I were somebody like you guys that didn't really understand it, then I would be able to get got. But so just be careful with that. And especially when it comes to love reunions, a lot of the times love reunions are a lot more complicated than what people think that they are. Imagine you in love with somebody, like, right? Like, y'all in love. Okay, y'all very, very in love, and all of a sudden that person is gone. They not there no more. It just seemed like they done checked out to lunch. And you wondering what's wrong with this person. And you go to somebody, they say, oh, well, you just need a love spell. But it still ain't that person. So I've experienced that with many, many clients that have and I've actually talked about this about walk-ins. I've talked about uh you know negative spirits. I don't want to really get into it because then folks get to attacking. There are some of the things that I see people doing for love work. I don't agree with it. Do I go around chasing those people down? No, I don't. Because I can't, like I'm not some control freak. I can't control everything in the whole wide world. I wish I could. But I can tell you that you don't have to sell your soul for it to be snatched out of your body. And it's a lot of other deep stuff that I could get into that I don't have time for. Okay. All right, guys, I gotta go. I will see y'all later. Okay. Y'all have a blessed day. Oh, another reminder. I am doing a group cleansing. This is the only time I will be doing that this year. The only time I'm taking 10 people to do a group cleansing. And you can go to the link is below in the video description box. Okay. And there's no consultation required for that. Although I do call you. So you just make sure you put your phone number on there and I'm going to call you and follow up with you. Okay. It takes about 20 minutes on the phone with you. Okay. All right, y'all. I will see y'all later. Happy full moon, Jen. Contact me though, girl. Contact me, Jen. My number is below in the video description box. Okay. All right, y'all. Blessings.